ready for the one and only show, man. Live from Houston, Texas. It's the go-to girl, professional comedian, TV producer, and founder of Marridate.com. It's millionaire matchmaker, Amber Neal.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Amber Neal Show. I am your boy, DJ Houston. What's up? So today I will be doing the show all alone, nice and solo. You get to stare at this pretty mug for the full hour. Prayers out to Amber. You know, she's dealing with a difficult time right this second. I will let her talk to y'all about that. Meanwhile, today here on the Amber Neal Show, we have some really good signs for you. I got 8 signs that you have met the one. You know, when you're just walking and you finally come up to the perfect person and you're just like, check mark this, check mark that, check mark, check mark, check mark. Well, this may be some signs that you actually found the person you're supposed to end up with. But before we get into our topic today, let me go ahead and recap a little bit about this weekend. Oh, and of course, as you know, today is Marridate Monday for all you couples out there. So if y'all don't know what Marridate is, it is a private social club for couples only. That's right, for couples only. We know that there's plenty of social clubs out there for all you singles, but what happens after you finally find somebody that you want to go and boo up with? You know, you want to go and make them your special somebody. And then after you do, you get, no more social club because it's for singles only. So Amber went and did something extremely great. She created Marridate. She's trying to cure the divorce rate one couple at a time. What we focus on is your mental health. You know, we know that couples go through things. I mean, as many years as you are expected to be together, of course you're going to see some things. But what really matters is are you willing to stick it through and work through the rough patches and actually work on them? Or are you willing to just sit there and be like, ugh, the whole rest of your life? Because remember, you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with this person. Marriage, a lot of people take marriage and think it's just, oh, it's okay. If it doesn't work out, I can get a divorce. No big deal. Well, in reality, you really shouldn't. So that's what here at Marridate, we really focus on your mental health. We go and we screen you with a therapist, and if you take the advice of the therapist, we will give you free incentives, We've got travel, we've got like Bluetooth speakers, and not only are you getting incentives for doing what our therapist said, for every couple you refer, you get even more incentives. If you want to become a host couple, you get a free membership and you get free incentives. So many things for you to do. We have so many great events. You guys can go check it out at our website right here at Marridate.com and head over to our events tab right here and check out all the great events we got coming up. We will have the next calendar live hopefully tomorrow. So guys, stay tuned, check it out. So Marridate Monday, it's all about them couples. Y'all know how we do. Every week we have Marridate Monday, we have Tough Love Tuesdays, Working Women's Wednesdays, our Thirsty Thursdays, which if y'all guys didn't get to catch the episode on Thursday, we started a new segment called Battle of the Exes. Yeah, that's right. Battle of the Exes. We do a he said versus she said. So what we do is, we bring you and your ex on and you get to hash it out. You get closure. You get to maybe work it out. Whatever you need. If you need somebody to mediate and help you get past whatever you were dealing with them, we're going to help you out with that. Make sure you guys give us a call if you want to go and join that new segment, or if you want to sit on our sexy single sofa. We're looking for some sexy singles. Give us a call at the Matchmaker Hotline at 866-479-8752. Whew. Man, guys, it has been such a rough couple of months. Let me tell you, the enemy has been coming at us hard, which means, we are on the right track. We are doing the right thing. Obviously, if they're just coming for you. Everything that you possibly can do is just not happening the way you want it to. It's okay. Keep your head up. It just means that you are on the right path. You are heading towards your destiny. Let me tell you something that I think about all the time. It's very tough being an entrepreneur. We have to be our own bosses. We are our only source of income. We are everything that our business needs as an entrepreneur. So sometimes it gets a little scary for us, because we're working, we're grinding so hard every day from the sunrise to the sunrise again. Because let me tell you, as an entrepreneur, we don't sleep. It's a 24/7 thing. But it's also so rewarding once you get there. The hardest part though is not giving up. I can't tell you how many times I've seen I see the picture in my head of I don't know if you've seen the meme of the guy. He's just digging and digging and digging in this tunnel, and then he finally gets almost all the way to the end. And if he would have just swung one more time, he would have reached all the diamonds that he was digging for. And instead, he gave up with one swing left. He gave up and turned around. And so that right there always, it motivates me. Every time I want to give up or I don't want to do something, I'm just like, you could be one swing away. You never know how close you truly are to your destiny. So never give up, no matter how hard it gets. Stay true to yourself and stay true to your goals and your dreams and your destiny. Most of all, listen to God. He is going to point you in the right direction each and every time. You're lost? Send out a prayer. I promise you, He's going to tell you what to do next. Now, guys, so again, if you didn't get to catch last week's episode, go check it out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Boss Up Houston Network, or you can catch the Matchmaker YouTube channel, which, speaking of the Matchmaker Hotline YouTube channel, we also have the matchmakerhotline.com. It is now up and running. You can go and book me, Amber, Kadori, or Ryan Yarborough for any occasions or events that you may have. I know Kadori and Ryan, they're like motivational speakers. They can speak for you. Me and Amber deal more, Amber does, y'all already know, she does matchmaking, she does PR, she does comedy. Whatever you need from her, you can go check her out at amberneal.com or go check out the matchmakerhotline.com to go ahead and book us. And starting, once we're still kind of working on the website a little bit. We're still updating it, but soon we're going to have a whole new tab in there just for all the sexy singles that we've had on our sofa. If they haven't gotten matched, you'll be able to look them up, see their biographies, see some of their interests, see some of their pictures, along with having the link to go back to their episode that they were on. Y'all guys go check it out, matchmakerhotline.com. It's live. You can check out our Facebook page as well and our YouTube channel. So, this weekend was an amazing weekend. Something that I really, really believe in is work-life balance. And a lot of people have way too much work and not enough life. Me, I cannot. I'm telling you, the day that I start feeling like I'm working too much is the day that I get the burnout. And that's the second that I'm just like, I ain't doing nothing else. Or if I do it, I'm going to half-ass it. And I don't like to half-ass. So, generally speaking, I try to live my life with that work-life balance. So this weekend I went ahead and after, a really tough couple of months, I decided, it was my BFF's birthday. So shout out to Joyce Davis. Happy effing birthday. Hey, love you. And we decided to go ahead and shoot on over to San Marcos, and we floated the river Saturday. Had a nice, relaxing, beautiful day. It was just the perfect weather to go out and float the river, Nice and overcasty, but not too overcasty, so you still got that sun. As you can tell, your boy is looking a little brown today. I finally got a tan. And then yesterday, we decided to have a little pool day over at my friends in San Marcos. And let me tell you, they had the most beautiful pool I have ever seen. On top of having a sauna room, a steam room, and a hot tub spa with a waterfall, man, I have not felt so more relaxed than I did yesterday. I sat in that hot tub under that waterfall for a good 30 minutes straight. So relaxing. So let me tell you guys, you really, really, really need to get that balance. If you haven't gone on a vacation in a while, call into the show at 866-479-8752, and I will hook you up with your next vacation. I think today I'm going to give away a 7-day resort stay. You get to choose from 3,500 locations. Once again, that number is 866-479-8752. If you call into the show today and you're like, DJ Houston, I really need some of that work-life balance. I want some more life in that work-life balance. Can you hook me up with a vacation? I got you. We're going to give you a 7-day resort. 3,500 locations to choose from. All you got to do is call into the show. 866-479-8752. And with that being said, we are going to take a quick little break, and as we hear from our friends over at Marridate.com, and of course, as you hear from Amber about her new book, How Her Kitty Betrayed Her. We'll be right back after that. And when we come back, we got 8 signs that you have met the one. We'll be right back right after this break.
Hey guys, it's your girl matchmaker comedian Amber Neal, and today I am bringing you my brand new book, hot off the press, guys. I have so many copies of these. Please get one, okay? It is called How My Kitty Betrayed Me, and it's about the women's lib movement and how one thing they don't tell you is, yes, we want money, education, and rights like men, but one thing that the women's rights movement doesn't explain to you is how we're still women. We still attach. We release a chemical in our brain that attaches us to every single person we have sex with. It's called soul ties. And one thing I can tell you that will keep you from your God-given purpose, let your kitty betray you when you get distracted, okay? All I'm trying to say is, you know, we want all the same rights as men, but at the end of the day, picking your partner is the most important decision you'll ever make. And so I challenge you to get a copy of my book today so that you can learn from my mistakes that I made, thinking that, hey, if men can do it, so can we. But trust and believe, after being a single parent for 25 years, your kitty betrayed you, okay? Get your copy today, amberneal.com. Or more information, go to Amber Neal Show on Facebook. Get your copy. I'll be glad to autograph it and send it out to you today.
Marridate, Houston's first private social club for couples.
Chris and I met on MySpace. We started doing music together first, and then we became really good friends, and we were friends for about 5 years. And then we started dating each other in 2008. By February 2009, we were engaged, and by November 2009, we were married. We have 3 children together that we have raised, and we have traveled the world together and eaten some of the best food in the world, and collectively have just built up an amazing network of friends and family and a circle of people that we just love and care about, and they continue to motivate and we continue to motivate them. We build our energy on our relationship with the energy that we can give to other people and the effect that we can have on other people's lives. And we're going on 12 years strong this year through all the obstacles and the goods and the bads. We're still together, and we're here to share our story.
Join Marridate today by visiting www.marridate.com. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. I'm your boy, DJ Houston. Shout out to Amber Neal. She is out today, so y'all guys get to see this beautiful, freshly tanned face for the rest of the week. That's right. Anyway, welcome back to the show. It is Marridate Monday. If y'all guys haven't had a chance to go check out our website, go to marridate.com. That's MARRIDATE.com. We are curing the divorce rate one couple at a time. It's Houston's first private club, private social club for couples. That's right, for couples. Go check it out, marridate.com. Welcome back. So today's show, I have 8 early signs that you have met the one. You know, you've ever just walking around and you're just like, oh man, you finally meet that one person. Maybe not walking around. Let me rephrase that. When you're dating around, I should say. Even that sounds kind of sleazy, you know, dating around kind of like sounds like sleeping around a little bit. We don't want to sleep around because there's soul ties to every person that you sleep with. But point in case here and there, what I'm trying to say is, when you finally go and you're talking to somebody and you feel like you got that connection and they're just checking off all of your boxes and you're like, yes, 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 this is finally the person I want to be with. Well, here's some 8 signs to help you decide if this is the person that you are supposed to be spending the rest of your life with. So the first sign out of the 8 signs that you've met the one, you can be the most vulnerable version of yourself and still feel safe with them. Man, this is an amazing feeling. When you can just come home and you can totally be yourself. No walls up, no guards, nothing. And I'm talking like you can rip your wig off, kick your shoes off, let your gut hang out, cry, laugh, do whatever it is that you please that makes you content. This right here is somebody that you definitely want to try to lock down, because I cannot tell you how important it is to have your safe space. If you don't feel like you have a safe space when you go home, your relationship's never going to work. Because if you don't have the safe space, then you start leading up to resentment, and resentment starts leading up to trust issues, and then trust issues start leading up to cheating, and then so on and so on and so on. And then the next thing you know, you're going to be sitting on Jerry Springer, or you're going to be sitting on our new segment called Battle of the Exes, he said versus she said. And you don't want that. So if you can find somebody who truly gives you that safe space and lets you be vulnerable and be exactly who you are meant to be, lock them down. Or as I like to say, put a ring on it, because they're husband material or wifey material. You never know. So the second sign that 8 early signs that you have met the one, your goals and values are completely aligned. So you're not going to be just the one person who's working, grinding hard, doing everything you got to do to succeed while they're just sitting on the couch eating potato chips and playing video games. No, you're both going to have ambitions. You're both going to have goals and desires and dreams that you're going to want to accomplish. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit down and you're going to be like, hey, these are my goals. These are your goals. Let's figure out how both of our goals can come together and we can create an even bigger goal. I want to say, I want to give a shout out to one of my favorite power couples there is out there, the Adolphs. Shout out to the Adolphs, because those two right there, I'm telling you, they are the most perfect example of a power couple. They work together. We've interviewed them a couple times. If you haven't had a chance to go check out the show, go back to our website, go check out our old, some of our old episodes. But, matter of fact, I'm probably going to have them on the show here pretty soon, because I'm telling you, they are the most perfect couple. And the thing is, perfect isn't even the word I want to use, because as they said before, their relationship isn't perfect. But what makes it perfect is the fact that they're willing to work on it. They go to therapy, they see each other's goals, and instead of saying, oh, no, that's not my scene, they're like, how can I help you reach your goal? Even if it's not my goal, how can I help you reach your goal? That is right there. Oh, that is just love, love, love. My other favorite power couple that I want to shout out is hashtag Sugar Bacon, aka the Destins, Shamir and Sugar Destin. Congratulations on y'all's most recent wedding. That's right. If y'all guys don't know, they Shamir sat on our sexy single sofa, and we got her matched, engaged, and married within 83 days. Matter of fact, you can go and check out Amber's website at at amberneal.com. And I believe coming up tomorrow, she has a segment on Fox News and A-Star TV about matchmaking, because tomorrow is National Matchmaker Day. So they're going to go on and they're going to explain their story about how, Amber helped them find love using a matchmaker. As you know, Amber sits here and she's an empath, so she feels everything. But she has known Shamir for a long time. Shamir's asked her so many times, hey girl, match me up. And Amber's just like, no. Because it's not about giving you bodies. It's about actually finding somebody you can go and match with, you are compatible with. Which brings me back to 8 signs that you have met the one. Sign number 3. They are your number one cheerleader. I cannot say this enough. If they aren't hyping you up, they gotta go. Your spouse should be your number one hype man. You shouldn't be your number one hype man. Your spouse should be your number one hype man. They should be there cheering you on, as vice versa. You should be their number one cheerleader. You should be over there cheering them on every step of the way, even when they fail. Sit there and take for example, say your spouse went to work and they were supposed to close this big deal. It didn't happen. We don't know why. We don't know what happened. All we know is your spouse came home and they were just having a bad day. And they were like, man, we didn't close that deal. And instead of saying, well, you know what? You're a failure. You're a loser. You know what, babe? It's okay. You're going to get this next time. They don't deserve you. You're better than they are. It's okay. You got this. So don't worry about it. Instead, hype them up. Hype them up. You know, go out there. It's all right. You know, matter of fact, come tomorrow, you're probably going to close 2 more deals because you're just that badass. Exactly. That's what you want in your quarter. So today, guys, if you're just now tuning into the show, welcome in. I am your boy, DJ Houston. Amber is out this week. She is dealing with some personal things. You know, I'll let her guys catch y'all up on her, on that. But today, I am talking about 8 signs that you have met the one. The first 2 we have talked about, you can be the most vulnerable version of yourself and feel safe with them. Number 2, your goals and values are aligned. Shout out to the Adolfs. And number 3, you know, they are your number 1 cheerleader, as so you are theirs. That brings us on to the next one. You both understand what it takes to make love work. So I hope y'all guys understand that back in the day, they used to say, love is enough. You can do anything on love. Well, sometimes love really isn't enough, especially if one person is so toxic and the other person isn't. AKA, one's healed and one's unhealed, as we like to say here on the show. You know that not every day is going to be a beautiful day. Not every day the sun's going to be shining. There's going to be forecasty days. There's going to be thunderstorm days. And when I'm saying this, I'm talking about metaphors to your relationship. There's going to be days where you can't stand your spouse and you just want to choke them out and say, oh, why are you here? But you don't give up. You know that that's just a moment in time that you can either obsess over or you can just say, it happened, let's fix it and move on. You understand that it takes more than just showing up and saying, hey, babe, I love you. That's not what making a relationship works means, okay? Sitting here and making sure to go that extra mile every day, telling people, not necessarily telling people, but telling your spouse like, hey, you've had a bad day, you've had a good day. Here's some flowers, here's some beer. You are constantly trying to push them to be the better version of themselves. You know, as the human race, the beautiful thing about us is that we get to learn. Every day can be a learning experience if you let it be. Again, it's not all going to be beautiful. There's going to be the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you have to stick with your spouse through all 3 of those. So knowing that it takes more than just love to make it work is something that is, man, being self-aware. That's really what I'm trying to say here, is being self-aware and knowing that it takes more than just saying, I love you, to make a relationship work. Conflicts may arise, but you know that a healthy relationship involves compromise. So, you know, here's the number 1 thing that I feel like as couples do. They can never come up with a solution to, what do you want to eat? It always ends up being kind of an argument, you know. Everybody always says, oh, I don't know. So, you know, you can always come up with a compromise. Like, for example, you know you love pizza, but your spouse may love Chinese food. You're not in the mood for Chinese food. Your spouse isn't in the mood for pizza. So you come up with a compromise. Well, okay, either, how about this? How about we make pasta and fried rice? What a perfect compromise. We get the best of both worlds. It's not pizza, but it's close. It's not Chinese, but it's close. So knowing that you have to compromise through certain things is what makes a relationship work. Knowing that not every day are you going to get your way. Not every day are they going to get their way. Matter of fact, it shouldn't be either one's way. It should be both ways or no way. So, guys, if you're just now tuning in, we are talking about 8 early signs that you have met the one, or AKA that they're husband material. You know what I'm saying? We'll recap real quick. You're the most valuable version of yourself, and you can be the most vulnerable of yourself, and you feel safe. Number 2, your goals and values are aligned. Number 3, they are your number one cheerleader. And number 4, you both know that it takes more to make love work. So that brings us on to our next one. Number 5, you have found a home in them. They bring you comfort and sense of safety. That kind of brings us right back to that first one right there, where you can be vulnerable, feel like yourself, have that safe space. I cannot tell you how important this is in a relationship. And to be able to see this right away, if this, one of those first signs, if you're seeing any of these signs right here, these are all great signs. We're going to consider these green flags in a relationship. I know we talk a bunch of pink flags, we talk a bunch of red flags, but we don't get to identify the green flags too often. So if you see any of these are perfect examples that they may be husband material. They may be the spouse that you are looking for. So, when I say you found a home in them, remember, home is where you make it. It's not necessarily a location, but so I can say, with my ex-husband, I can honestly say that, I found my home with him. No matter where we were, I felt like I was at home. We could literally be sleeping in the back of the car, waiting to go on a hiking trip, and I felt like I was at home. Every moment I was with him, it was home, because he made me feel like anywhere we went, we were just like we were when we were at home. So it gave me that safe space to constantly be myself. Unfortunately, I learned how hard and how wrong I was. But so they bring you that comfort and that sense of safety. It's so important to be able to have somebody that you can use as a shoulder to cry on. That person that, not necessarily a therapist, but close enough to a therapist. Like how your BFF is for you. You tell them everything. Like, you don't have no secrets between you and your BFF, because you need them to know everything. You want them to know everything, and you need to be able to vent. Today Karen gave you a hell of a migraine all day long, and you couldn't say a damn thing about it because you're at work, you're trying to be nice. But then as soon as you get into your car door and that door closes, there you go. Blah, blah, blah. Girl, can you believe Karen today? That's your BFF. And you know what? That should be your spouse. Your spouse should honestly be your best friend. To me, that's my personal opinion. Like, when I go to date, I don't date people trying to look for a relationship. I try to find a friendship first. When I find that friendship, then I go and start looking, okay, I'll start looking at these 8 signs, like, okay, do you do this for me? Do you do that? Is this someone that I want to go, is this someone checking off my boxes, or is this somebody that I'm sitting here like, oh, let me get my white out? You know what I'm saying? So that's why when I start dating, I'm over here like, no, I always tell everybody, I'm not looking to date. I'm looking to find my next best friend. I want somebody that I know that every day I'm living my best life with. I have them in my corner. I can tell them whatever I want to tell them. We can do whatever it is that our lovely hearts are set to do and that we desire to do. If you're just now tuning in, I have 8 early signs that you have met the one. We are now number 6. They can picture the future with you in it. This right here is something that a lot of people forget to do, or forget to even consider when thinking about a spouse for the future. So imagine this scenario. You've been dating somebody for 3 years now, okay? Yeah, neither one of you are in a big hurry to get married, which is perfectly fine, especially, if you're young. Like, nobody says you have to rush marriage. Get to know each other. As Amber likes to say, make sure you go through every season with them, okay? If you can sit here, and if your spouse is constantly talking about, oh, well, in the future, would you want to do this, or would you want to go there? Or maybe when we grow old together, we can see our grandkids. these are perfect lines that somebody would use who is looking to have a future with you and them together. If you're fighting somebody who's constantly like, oh, well, I don't know what the future entails. When we get around to that time, we can discuss it at that moment because we don't know what the future holds. La di da di da. You know, that same old line, that same old excuse. When you're sitting here dating somebody, listen to those key words. Are they using the, hey, you're going to be here in my future with me? Or are they using the, oh, we're in the moment right now. Let's not talk about the future. If they say that, that's kind of a red flag. But if they say, I'm going to grow old with you, we're going to have grandkids, or, you know, when we're 80, we're going to sell the world and we're going to do this, that's a sign that they're probably husband material. Probably the one for you. Number 7, happiness takes on a new meaning whenever you are with them. Oof. Man, this right there. Happiness takes on a new meaning. So you ever thought you were happy, for example, your birthday. You get all these presents and you're like, oh, I'm so happy. Everything in here. You're excited. You're overwhelmed with joy. And then you go and you find love. And you're expecting to have that kind of joy. You're expecting that same reaction, but instead you get something far more better. Something way more up there. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to the meaning of happiness. Your happiness has different levels. Your best friend can make you happy, but your lover can make you really happy. Make sense? So anytime you feel like, I want to feel the same way I did when I opened my birthday presents. So that's to you, that's like your highest point of happiness that you've been. So this person's going to whisk you off your feet or do something to blow your mind and take your bar from here and raise it up here. That's what I'm talking about. That's when happiness has a new meaning. Oh, well, birthday presents? This is no longer happiness. Having love, somebody to talk to, a cheerleader in my corner, someone who's understanding, someone who knows that it takes more than just love to make a relationship work. This now is your new happiness. Without this, you start feeling sad. So that's what I'm talking about. If they bring your happiness level from here to here, you definitely found somebody you want to put a ring on it. And that brings us to number 8. For those of you who are just now tuning in, I got 8 early signs that you have met the one. That's right, the one. There is a gut feeling. You know, that thing that you have down here that tries to tell you to do something and you still don't do it and you do the exact opposite. Yeah, that gut, that's your second brain trying to tell you, hey, I'm awake here. I'm analyzing things that, you know, your heart's not or that your brain's not. I'm your second brain. Listen to your gut. You're going to have that one feeling. It's going to give you like butterflies, you know, or your gut's going to be like, you've never met anybody like this before. What's so different about this person? I got to find out more. I got to investigate. When your gut's telling you things like this, or you're getting them butterflies, or just hearing their names making you feel all giggly and lovey, those are signs right there that this person may be the one for you. So if y'all guys are just now tuning in, for those of you who are just now tuning in, I got 8 early signs that you have met the one. Absolutely. And coming back after this little break we're going to have here in just a moment, I have some signs and some tips about things that someone does for you without even asking. So if they do these things and you never even have to ask them to do it, let me tell you, that's husband material. It goes right along with these 8 early signs that you have met the one. And for those of you who did not get to catch our show last week, we got a new segment on Thursdays called Battle of the exes. He said versus she said. If you're having issues with an ex, you need a mediator, you need closure, you need to just hash it out, or maybe you want to get back together, but you're not sure if it's the right thing to do, hit us up at the Matchmaker Hotline at 866-479-8752 so we can get y'all onto the show. Or if you are single and you are looking for your match made here in Houston, hit us up at the Matchmaker Hotline because our sexy single sofa is still here, still going down. Shout out to Candace Joseph. She's going to be coming up on our sexy single sofa here shortly. And once again, if you're single, you're looking for love, hit us up, 866-479-8752. I can't tell you how beautiful it is when you finally find a match. Now, here's the thing, though. I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to warn everybody, because a lot of people think that, ooh, I found a matchmaker. I'm going to find love today. Wrong. What matchmaking is for is to help you eliminate all that crap you have to go through. 3%, only 3% of the actual people that you date are compatible with you. So, for example, out of 100 people, you're only compatible with 3 of them. So instead of wasting all of your time and money on dating people that you have no interest or nothing or anything compatible with, we do the filtering for you. We go and take your likes, your non-likes, and we filter them through our database to help find you. So it takes a while, and then especially if you're somebody who's been out of the dating scene for a while, we have to ease you back in. Like, you the first person you date is probably not going to be the perfect match right away. I mean, of course, with Amber's luck, it probably would be because she's the best matchmaker there is. But for the chances that it's not, these are practice dates. These are warm-up dates. This is getting you back out there, try to get your legs working again. Figuring out what steps you got to take to actually handle the dating again. So if you guys want to be on that sexy single sofa and be our next match made in Houston, hit us up or go check out our matchmakerhotline.com where we are going to have all the sexy singles who have sat on our sofa appear on there. We're going to have like a little dating profile for each and every one of them. It is still under construction. It is up and running. You can also book any of the co-hosts or the hosts on the show. You can book us for any of your entertainment purposes on there. But like I said, it's coming soon. We're going to have every single on there, and we're going to have like a little dating profile until they get matched up. Then we'll take them down. So that way, and it'll also have a link to the episode where they sat on the sexy single sofa, so you get to know them a little bit more. Y'all guys stay tuned because we'll be right back after this short little break from our friends over at Marridate. And when I come back, I got, be with someone who does these things for you without even having to ask. Y'all stay tuned. Marridate, Houston's first private social club for couples.
We are the Adolphs.
Willie and Tequila.
We're blessed and honored to be asked to be a host couple for Marridate.
We have been a part of each other's lives for so many years.
We partied hard and worked harder.
We have 4 adult children and 2 fur babies.
We are entrepreneurs and we work together for over 20 years.
We have been married since 1999 through thick and thin, sickness and health, through troubles and triumphs, struggles and all victories. But God.
We built it up.
We built it up.
We built it up. And now we're solid. Solid as a rock. We are the Adolphs.
Join Marridate today by visiting www.marridate.com.
Hey guys, it's your girl matchmaker, comedian Amber Neal, and today I am bringing you my brand new book, hot off the press, guys. I have so many copies of these. Please get one, okay? It is called How My Kitty Betrayed Me. And it's about the women's lib movement and how one thing they don't tell you is, yes, we want money, education, and rights like men. But one thing that the women's rights movement doesn't explain to you is how we're still women. We still attach. We release a chemical in our brain that attaches us to every single person we have sex with. It's called soul ties. And one thing I can tell you that will keep you from your God-given purpose, let your kitty betray you when you get distracted, okay? All I'm trying to say is, we want all the same rights as men, but at the end of the day, picking your partner is the most important decision you'll ever make. And so I challenge you to get a copy of my book today so that you can learn from my mistakes that I made, thinking that, hey, if men can do it, so can we. But trust and believe, after being a single parent for 25 years, your kitty betrayed you, okay? Get your copy today, amberneal.com. Or more information, go to Amber Neal Show on Facebook. Get your copy. I'll be glad to autograph it and send it out to you today.
Wanna be a boss? You're watching Boss Up Houston Network. It's Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the show. I'm your boy, DJ Houston. If y'all guys are just now tuning in, make sure y'all guys catch the first half of the show after we get off air on our YouTube channel at Boss Up Houston Network. I had 8 signs that you have met the one. Ooh, or as I like to say, you have met husband material. Okay, so put a ring on it. Today is Marridate Monday, aka Me Monday, aka Money Madness Monday, aka Monday. What else can I say about Monday? It is a beautiful Monday here in the H, y'all know. If y'all guys are catching this pre-recorded, thank y'all so much for tuning in wherever you listen. We are on all the streaming platforms, wherever you get your podcast at. We are also on Comcast. Check out the Amber Neal Show page on Facebook for all the air dates on Comcast. Coming soon to Fire Stick and Roku TV next. Man. So, today, as we said, it is Marridate Monday. It is about our couples. If y'all guys have not had a chance to go check out our website, go check it out right now. Go over to our events tab or go check out the plans and pricings if you don't even want to go to the events first. You just want to go ahead and jump on this bandwagon and get that membership. Our whole thing is, we're trying to go and cure the divorce rate one couple at a time. And we do that by focusing on your mental health. We screen you with a therapist. We only put you with other like-minded couples. So you're going to go to these events and you're going to meet other couples that like to do the same things that you do, who are also on the same level health-wise when it comes to, mental health in your relationship. For those of you who don't know what Marridate is, it is Houston's first private social club for couples. I know that there are so many out there for singles, but nobody ever thinks about the people who are no longer single. They hook you up over there. They're like, hey, we helped you find the one person, you can spend the rest of your life with. But now that you're a couple, boom, you got to go. We don't want you here anymore. This is a social club for singles. So what Amber did is she decided to go and make a social club specifically for couples to help cure the divorce rate, get mentally right, and to find those like-minded couples, to find friends. What we realized when we were creating Marridate is people only have a budget either for social life or for vacation night or for a date night, basically. You don't really have that much of a budget. So what we do at Marridate is, as long as you are participating in our therapy and following the therapist's advice, we give you incentives like travel, hotel stays, resorts, things, Vegas trips, things along those lines. I know we also have like $500 hotel stays, all kinds of great incentives, as long as you're following the therapist's protocols. Y'all guys go check it out, marridate.com. Absolutely wonderful. So I want to talk to you a little bit about some signs that, if someone is doing this for you, these particular things, when you're not around, you should definitely go and try to lock them down. This is husband material. Know what I'm talking about? But before we jump into that, it is also Meme Monday. And so let me tell y'all, I love me some memes, as y'all know. And I usually go, when I'm up in the middle of the night and can't sleep, that's when I'm like, really, oh, these memes are cute, memes are this. So last night I found this one, and it really set right with me, So I just want to share this one with you. It says, I'm that person who sticks around longer than I should be, but once I'm gone, I'm gone. And let me tell you, Amber, constantly saying, oh, DJ Houston, you brag too much about how your cutoff game is so strong, and I'm like, yeah, because you know what? I don't have time to deal with people. Time is the one thing in this universe we can never get back. So why should I waste it on people who aren't there for me? If you're not there helping me or doing things that I need you to do, why should I waste my time on you? I should literally just cut you off, So I'm there. I'm the most loyalist person you'll find too. Up until the moment that I say I'm done. When I'm done, I'm done, Anyway, and the next one that I found, it says, one day you will meet someone who will understand your story and protect you because they don't want you to suffer that same pain again. Woo! That right there. I can't tell you how many times it sucks that you get hurt. You're hurting bad, and it ends up being taken out on your new person, because you're so traumatized about what your ex did. You almost, you can't forget about it, so then it carries over to your new boyfriend or your new girlfriend, your new spouse, I will say. And if you meet the one person, as I said, with 8 early signs that you've met the one, if you can meet that one person where you can be the most vulnerable version of yourself, the one person who can sit there and know that, you're not always going to be a perfect person and that it takes a little bit more than just love to make things work. Someone that's willing to compromise with you, someone that hypes you up all the time, or someone that makes you feel like, you have a home within them. This is this is the one person who you are meant to spend the rest of your life with. This is what God is putting right in front of you and saying, hey, wake up. This is the person. They don't want you to ever have to have that pain again. Now, mind you, there may be a new kind of pain to go along with it because relationships aren't perfect. But as we do with Marridate, we help you by therapy, by sending you to therapy. Therapy can help you in so many ways. You can have a problem and don't even know that you're the problem because you refuse to look into it or get to the root of the basis of all their problems. This is one of the biggest reasons why therapists always start off with, well, what was your childhood like? Talk to me. Because a lot of the traumas that we have are usually from our childhood. Or, in the phase of growing up in your teenage years, especially when it comes to love. Like, a lot of our traumas come from our first loves, which is usually when you're about 12, 13 years old and you don't know anything. You just got a bunch of hormones running around. So instead of keeping that person from you, all they want to do is protect you from it. They want to take all of that and they just want to learn about it so they can help you. But again, therapy. They want to be that one person who can be there so you don't ever have to suffer that again. And my last meme for today, which this one right here, I was like, okay, this is my Cardi B moment. Okay. It says, why am I stressing myself over someone who doesn't even ask if I'm okay? Tell me, how many of your friends have checked on you during COVID? How many of your friends have called you during natural disasters like Hurricane Ida? Shout out to all my Louisiana people. I hope y'all guys stay safe. If y'all need anything, call the Matchmaker hotline at 866-479-8752. We're going to do whatever we can to help you out. If you need some water, hit us up, Matchmaker hotline. We're here to help whichever way we can. But back to what I was saying, you know, this is like astonishing to me. COVID really opened my eyes to how many friends do I actually have, you know. Not a single one of them called to just to check up on me. I didn't have to post, you know. And I'm not talking Facebook check up on you, like, oh, I liked your status. I saw that you were okay. I liked your status. No, I'm talking about picked up the phone and said, hey, bro, you good? Do you need anything? You got toilet paper? You got water? Are you feeling sick? How's your money flow? How many of your friends have done that for you? And yet you're over here stressing over them. You are pulling your hair out, making sure they're okay. You're worried. You're trying to do everything you can to make sure that they're fine, that they have everything that they need. Why are you stressing yourself over them when they clearly don't care about you or stressing over you at all? All right, guys, so now we're going to get into be with someone who does these things for you without even asking. Be with someone who respects you, even when you're not around. Whew, that one right there. Because, you know, you never know what people are saying behind your back. When you leave the room, as soon as the door closes, as soon as your back turns, as soon as you hang up the phone, you really, truly don't know. So be with somebody who's going to respect you in those times when you're not there. He's still going to be your cheerleader, even though you're not in the room. Is still going to sit here and not let anybody dog on you, talk bad about you, or do any of those things. Be with that person who respects you, no matter what, whether you're there or not. If you guys are just now tuning in, we had 8 early signs that you have met the one earlier. If you didn't get to catch it, make sure as soon as this live video ends, go to our YouTube channel, Boss Up Houston Network, subscribe, and re-watch the video. We're moving on to 5 signs of things that people should do for you without even asking. This is somebody you'd want to spend your life with. This is husband material, okay? I'm just going to say, these next 5 little signs are husband material. Lock it down. Number 2, be with someone who puts down their phone and wants to know how your day was. Ooh. So last week on the show, we were actually talking about this, you know. You ever know when you're just walking down the hall and you see a stranger and they're like, oh, hey, how are you doing today? But yet they don't wait for a response. They just keep walking. You ever notice if your spouse ever does that? You ever dated somebody who's done that to you? Where they just, or, you know, oh, hey, how was your day? And you don't respond right away. So then they just start talking about their day, or you start complaining because you had a bad day, you know, and you want somebody to talk to. And then all of a sudden you're like, they just check out. They're on their phone, looking at Facebook and Instagram. Oh, yeah, you had that bad of a day? Mm-hmm. And this is what you get from them? Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, no, that's somebody who's not healed. That's somebody who doesn't give a crap about your day. And they were just saying it to get you off their back. That's all they were doing. You know how that goes. It's like at work. When you have that one coworker you just can't stand, but, you know, you're still nice. You know, you still be professional. Oh, how was your day? But you really don't care. You're not listening at all. Basically, you know, if they're not putting down their phone when you're having a conversation with them and they're not looking at you in the eye contact, they really don't care. But if they are, they put that phone down, they look at you in the eye, they even grab your hand, you better put a ring on it. Because that's husband material right there. Or wifey material. Hey. That brings us on to number 3. Be with someone who loves you, even when you are not the easiest person to love. Oh, that right there, that's my heart. Totally. I know I'm not the easiest person to love in the world. I am probably so difficult. I'm picky. I'm opinionated. I almost sound like a Virgo because I'm always right. But, if you can find that one person who knows that love takes time and it takes more than just love to make the relationship work, that's somebody you're going to want to lock down and put a ring on it, because they have to accept you in the good, the bad, and the ugly. If not, then why are you trying to spend the rest of your life with this person? Because they could clearly care less about you. Clearly. If they don't care for you at your darkest and most down times, then they really don't care for you. Number 4, be with someone who is honest and loyal. Whew. Honest and loyal. It's a very hard trait to find. I cannot tell you. I live my life based off of honesty and loyalty. I am one of the most honest, brutally honest people, and one of the most loyal people you'll meet. And it's because I expect the same thing. I have a bad habit of I trust everybody that I come in contact with 100% until you give me reason. And that could be the slightest thing, like you stole that piece of gum when I wasn't looking, you know what I'm saying? That could make me not trust you anymore. But again, I start with 100% trust and I make my way over, because it is so hard to find somebody who will be honest to you, who will be loyal to you, because you can find somebody who's honest and still not be loyal, and you can find somebody loyal who's not honest, it's one of those vicious cycles. Like, all I can say is that when you find somebody who is open with you, they're an open book, they stay loyal to you, lock it down. Because if you don't lock it down, I'm going to come lock it down. And last but not least, be with someone who does these things for you without being asked to do it. So be with somebody who you are comfortable being weird with. That right there, that one is key for me, because I am such a weird person. I have such random thoughts at such random times. I don't like to plan things out. I like to just, do things sporadically as it comes up, as it happens. I like to be that funny person, I have no problem embarrassing myself or my friends when we're doing things. Perfect example, matter of fact, when we were, as I said earlier, for those of you who just tuned in, before the show, I was telling everybody about my weekend. It was a nice, relaxing weekend. You got to have that work-life balance. So I took myself a little mini vacation, floated the river. And as we were on the shuttle bus heading to the river, we got in, a bunch of college people, first off. I mean, I'm in college town, so a bunch of youngins in there, a bunch of college people. And we happened to get the one group that was a bachelorette party. We're going, you can just tell they're living life, they're having so much fun. And out of nowhere, the bus is going, and this chick just stands up. And this is me, this is what I'm saying, be weird. Because she gave no F's at all. But she stood up, got in the middle of the bus, and just started yelling, "Hey everybody, I just want you all to know that you're all here because we are celebrating my homegirl's wedding. This is her bachelorette party, and y'all are here to celebrate it, and that's that." And I was living for it, because I was like, I'm that friend. I'm that person who's going to stand up and, celebrate life. Let everybody know that we're celebrating. I don't care. Ooh, so what if you don't like me? It's perfectly fine. Anywho, guys, that's all I have for today's show. Thank y'all so much for joining me. It has been an amazing Monday. Marridate Monday, Meme Monday, Money Monday, Madness Monday, whatever other name you can come up for Monday. It is definitely today. Shout out to my host of the show, Amber. We miss you. We love you. Can't wait till you get back. Stay safe. Everybody else out there. If you didn't get to catch the show, make sure y'all guys like and subscribe our videos on Facebook and YouTube. Share, like, comment. Tell your friends. If y'all want to sit on the sexy single sofa, hit us up at 866-479-8752. Or if you want to be on our new segment, He Said versus She Said, a battle of the exes, give us a call. That's our new segment. If you guys are having some issues with one of your exes, you're in a relationship and you're trying to get out of it, or you just need somebody to mediate, because y'all guys are going through a tough time and you don't know how to handle it and you don't want to go see a therapist, call us up. We're here to help you get through those problems, whatever it is, whether it's getting you back together or it's making sure y'all guys get a restraining order against each other and can't step in the same state together. Either way, we are here to help you. So thank y'all guys for tuning in today. I'm your host today, DJ Houston. Make sure y'all guys go follow the show at the Amber Neal Show on Facebook, the Matchmaker Hotline on YouTube, and go check out our new website, thematchmakerhotline.com. For more information about me, y'all guys check me out on all social media platforms at DJ Houston with the number 2. And of course, we can't forget about Amber. If y'all guys are looking for some matchmaking, some comedian, she does, stand-up comedy. If you want somebody to MC for you, you need matchmaking, you need PR, go check out her website at amberneal.com. If you want to be a friend of the show, sponsor the show, you want to contribute to the show, or you want to be a guest on the show, call the Matchmaker Hotline, 866-479-8752, or hit up Amber at amberneal.com, or go check out our Facebook at The Amber Neal Show on Facebook. Until tomorrow, guys, we have a great segment tomorrow. We got our co-host Kyle Fu coming on. And it's my favorite day of the week because it is Tough Love Tuesday. So until next time, guys, we will see y'all back here tomorrow for Tough Love Tuesday. Bye.